close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
How are we doing, guys? Welcome back to Daniel Bailey TV. We are one day away from taking on Wolves at Molineux. The stress-free time has come to an end, people, because Arsenal are back in action. It's been nice, isn't it, the last couple of weeks? Arsenal not ruining our weekends and not ruining our days. But that time is now coming to an end. I've got to be honest, I'm actually really looking forward to this game. I think it's going to be a big game, especially in the context of our season, because we are chasing top four. Now, I know we've had a difficult January transfer window. Well, I say a difficult January transfer window because we've done fuck all. But we need to put that to bed now. We need to move on and focus on the rest of the season because it's going to be a mad couple of months. Listen, we're only a couple of points off the top four. We've still got it all to play for. We've got a couple of games in hand. Can we get that win, which will ignite our season once again? Because we have had a good couple of months. Up until January, we were doing pretty well. But then, obviously, after that Man City game, it's all fallen apart. And it's going to be interesting to see what happens over the next couple of months and to see whether our team has improved or not, and to see whether the gamble that Arteta and Edu have taken in terms of letting all these players go and not bringing anybody else in. It's going to be interesting to see whether that has paid off or not, because it remains to be seen, doesn't it? Listen, I, like the majority of Arsenal fans, think that Edu and Arteta have made a massive mistake and potentially gambled with this opportunity of getting into the top four by not bringing in some new signings. But listen, we could talk about this for ages. We could have done this. We could have done that. We now need to just put that to bed and move on and try and enjoy the rest of the season. And you know what? Before I get on to talking about Arteta's press conference, because I want to pick out a couple of quotes, but you know what? I get to thinking now that this is a perfect opportunity for players to step up. You know, we talk about Aubameyang going. We talk about Laka not being good enough. We talk about Eddie not being good enough. But it's a real chance for some of these other players like Martinelli, your Sakas, your Smith Rose. It's a real opportunity for them to step up. And I've got to be honest with you guys. I want to see that going forward this season. I want to see Martinelli take his opportunity. I want to see Saka taking his opportunity. I know he's burnt out because he's played an awful lot of games. When you factor in that he's had those Euros as well, he had all the dramas back then, and then it's been a difficult season for Saka. But I want to see him step up. And again, same with Smith Rowe, same with Odegaard. And also as well, I think now is the perfect opportunity for Pepe to step up as well. I think it's now or never for Pepe, because he's been on and off since he's come to Arsenal. You know, that £72 million move hasn't quite worked out for him. So for me, I want to see Pepe step up and take it to the rest of the team and just to be that leader that we all hope that he can be. But listen, it's going to be an interesting few months. I want to talk about Arteta's press conference. Now, I don't want to go over everything that was said, but I want to pick out a couple of things that actually, quite frankly, blew my mind. So one of the journalists, and I can't remember who it was, asked him if we'd had a good January transfer window. And the quote that he come out with, which actually blew my mind, he said, I think Edu and the team have done an amazing job. I've got to be honest, guys. When I heard that, I was just laughing. Edu and the team have done an amazing job. What are you talking about? We've let our squad get threadbare without bringing anybody in. I just found that laughable. And I just can't get my head around it, guys. I can't get my head around how he thinks Edu and the team have done a fantastic job. Let me know in the comments section below if you think Edu and the team have done a fantastic job, because I know what most of you will say. Most of you will say that he's done an absolute crap job. This is Arteta waffling at his very best. And that blew my mind. He was also asked about Aubameyang, and I didn't really pay too much attention to this, but the general gist is that he was saying that he was the solution rather than the problem. I don't know. I listen to Arteta's press conferences at times, and I think he's just waffling, isn't he? He's just talking absolute bollocks, and it is bollocks. But yeah, like I couldn't get my head around it. I was listening to those quotes, and I was just like, yeah, I can't listen to this anymore. I can't listen to this guy just keep waffling on and just keep his head firmly in the clouds, because he's oblivious to what's actually going on, and he's oblivious to the fans' negative reaction, especially when you think about the crap January transfer window that we've had. So look, I just wanted to share those quotes with you. To be honest, the rest of the press conference was just absolute waffle. He wasn't really asked about the Wolves game. It was more to do with Aubameyang, and it was more to do with the January transfer window. But listen, we move on from the January transfer window. Like I said earlier in the show, we've got a massive, massive game tomorrow, and we need to start picking up 3 points. I actually do think that with the right team, we can actually pick up 3 points. I actually think that if Arteta gets his selections right when it comes to the first 11 tomorrow, I mean, he hasn't really got much option, has he? Let's be honest, because our first team is our first team. And then when you strip that away, we've got nobody, because all the players have left or on loan. So I actually think if he picks the first 11 right, I think we could win this game. I think the only question mark over his team selection is in regards to Tomiyasu, because Tomiyasu has had this injury. He wasn't pictured in any of the training sessions. He wasn't pictured in Dubai. So it's going to be interesting to see whether Tomiyasu is fit. I personally think that if he is fit, he should start. I don't want to see Cedric at right back, although I would much prefer Cedric at right back if Tomiyasu was not available, because I don't like Ben White at right back. I think Ben White and Gabriel have a good centre back partnership. I don't think we should be disrupting that. And I think basically the rest of the team picks itself, to be honest. But yeah, this is a massive game, guys. This is a massive game for us, because we need to get 3 points. We need to get the points on the board. We need to go in to the game at the weekend. I think it's next weekend on the 19th against Brentford. And then we're back at home against Wolves. So we got Wolves in a very short space of time twice. And I think we need to be getting 9 points out of those games. The 2 games against Wolves and the Brentford game. And then obviously, then we've got the Tottenham game on the horizon. We've still got to play Chelsea away. We've still got to play Liverpool at home. It's going to be a tough old season with the squad that we've got. But I do think that if we can put a good little run together, we can get 4th place. Listen, it's up for grabs. It really is. And I think we need to take advantage of that opportunity. Listen, I'm going to get into my starting 11. This is not an 11 that I think Arteta will go with. This is the 11 that I would like to see. Aaron Ramsdale pretty much picks himself, doesn't he? He's been fantastic this season. I think Aaron Ramsdale's been one of the shining lights this season, considering at the start of the season when he came in, I didn't want him. I'd said he's not good enough. I said, we need to do better than Aaron Ramsdale, but actually he's proven me wrong. He's absolutely proven me wrong, and he has been a shining light in what has been an up and down season. But I actually do think that Aaron Ramsdale is actually quality, and he's won me round. Like I said to you, I didn't want him, but he's won me round. So yeah, Aaron Ramsdale picks himself. Sorry. Going on to the back line again, question marks over Tomiyasu, but if Tomiyasu's fit, then he starts. And my back line would be Tomiyasu, Gabriel, White, and Tierney. Again, it picks itself. You know, they've done fantastic this season. I sense now with the back line that because we've had that consistency, we can see a real gelling in this back line. We can see that actually our back line for a long time has been unsettled, but now it's starting to settle. You know, again, pretty much this season, the back line has picked itself. Ramsdale, Tomiyasu, Gabriel, White, and Tierney. You know, the back five has pretty much picked itself. And I think for this game, I don't want to see any different, providing Tomiyasu's fit. Going into the midfield, Thomas Partey and Granit Xhaka. Listen, I know Granit Xhaka's not anyone's biggest fan. You know, he's not even my biggest fan, and I hate him. I want him to leave the club, but it is what it is. Right now, him alongside Thomas Partey is probably the best we've got, because, you know, El Neni's just come back from AFCON duties, so I don't think he'll be picked. I think he's going to go with Thomas Partey and Granit Xhaka, and actually, that's probably what I would go with, Granit Xhaka and Thomas Partey. Then moving into the attacking midfield role, I'm actually going to go with Odegaard. I actually think Odegaard has done really well over the last couple of months. I know we've struggled for results and I know we've struggled for goals, but I actually think Odegaard has played really well. I think Smith Rowe, when he came on in the last couple of games, he's looked a little bit leggy. That might be because he's not getting much game time. And I know he had a brilliant start to the season and scoring those goals. You know, Smith Rowe is actually our top goal scorer this season, which absolutely baffles me considering for most of the season we've had Aubameyang. I know he's not really played and he's fallen out with Arteta, but it blows my mind that Smith Rowe is actually our highest goal scorer. But for me, I'm going to go with Odegaard. I think Odegaard at this current time and moment has a lot more to offer. Going into the front three, again, it pretty much picks itself. Martinelli on the left, Lacazette down the middle, and Bukayo Saka on the right. I think for me, this is where I want to see Martinelli and Saka really take it to Wolves tomorrow. I want to see them step up. You know, with no Aubameyang now, with nowhere else where we're going to get the goals, because I don't trust Laka to get the goals. Listen, goals are pretty much dried up with him. And the same with Eddie Nketiah. I don't think he's going to get the goals. I just don't think he's great. I can't see him getting the goals that's required to get us into the top four. But Martinelli and Saka, two young talents, I think they could absolutely get the goals, especially Martinelli. You've seen other managers like Klopp and Tuchel and any other manager that's come up against Martinelli have always said what a talent he is. And I want to see him go to that next level now. I want to see him add a lot more goals to his game because he's got it in him. You know, he runs around the pitch. He's a hard worker, Martinelli. He just needs to add the goals. And I said the same a couple of seasons ago about Emile Smith-Rowe. He needed to add goals. Now he's adding that to his performance and he's becoming an all-round better player. So I want to see the same with Martinelli. I want to see him score more. And I think now is his opportunity to step up and for him to become a man because, listen, he's got the talent, isn't he, Martinelli? Laka, again, I think, listen, we don't have any other options. So, again, him down the centre. And it's a big opportunity for Laka to step up as well. I think now until the end of the season, we need to see him score a lot more goals. I know he's had a great season this season with his work rate, but he needs to add more goals to his game. I remember when he came in from Lyon and he had that great scoring record, and it's not really worked out for him under Unai Emery. I know he had that one good season, got player of the season, and then under Arteta, it's sort of gone a little bit flat with Lacazette. It's not really lived up to the hype of when he came in from Lyon. But listen, it is what it is. He's who we've got. We haven't got anybody else because the alternative is having Eddie Nketiah. And quite frankly, I don't want to see Eddie Nketiah put on an Arsenal shirt again. Why Arteta loves this guy, I will never know, because this guy is not Arsenal quality, not good enough, never has been. I don't want to see him ever again put on an Arsenal shirt. But listen, it's obviously going to happen because we've got no other alternative. And then Bukayo Saka. I think Bukayo Saka, for me, just gets in ahead of Nicolas Pepe because I think Pepe, again, I know he's had a great AFCON, but I think he'll be useful to bring off the bench, especially, when we're struggling for goals, because Pepe might be an alternative to Lacazette. I have sort of thought about whether a front three of Martinelli, Pepe, and Saka might be more productive than a front three of Martinelli, Lacazette, and Saka. But it's going to be interesting to see what Arteta does. He's not got many options, but I think Pepe, again, for him this season, it's his chance to step up. And it's make or break for Pepe, isn't it? It's make or break. But for me, Saka gets in over Pepe. I don't think you really want to interrupt or disrupt that front three because they're really gelling. Martinelli, Laka, and Saka, they're gelling this season, but it's difficult to see where the goals are going to come from. Let me know your team and what you would pick in the comments section below. That's it for today, guys. That is my preview for Wolves versus Arsenal. Remember to smash the like button, subscribe if you are new to the channel, and I will be back on Friday with a review. Check out my instant match reaction, which will be dropping tomorrow night as well. All take care and have a wonderful evening. Come on, you guys.